Junior, I'm home.
Daddy!
Okay.
What's that studio audience still doing here?
こんばんは、インターネット。ハワイ TV のファーストアニメアワーズにようこそ。
わかんない。
Daddy, you promised.
What's he talking about? これのお母さんって時の話だ。
Yay!
There isn't much to tell, really. Boy console meets girl console. Two motherboards interface. Gross.
初めて。
Well, for that, we have to back up a bit. Junior, this is the story of how I met your mother. When I was younger, I traveled the world. Japan, Europe, you name it. And I had a thing for older women. It didn't even matter to me if our pins didn't match. They were converters.
Hey, baby.
違うよ、前の声が。なんで? That's not important. Junior, I remember the first time I laid eyes on her. A tantalizingly foreign SG-1000, first of her line. She was sleek and svelte and was 2 whole years older. それで?
Yeah, she was old enough to be my mother.
Her joystick wasn't much to look at, and she had a weird keyboard port. But isn't it the little imperfections that just make a woman so adorable? 違うよ.
It was only a matter of time before our age differences tore us apart.
やっぱりお母さんじゃない.
Man, don't be ridiculous. But she did introduce me to Mark II.
He was her little brother, and really protective. 本当に男だろう? Well, yeah. His joystick port was in the front. Such a copycat, too. Always following around his big sister trying to play the same games. 気持ち悪い. He didn't even have the same joypad. It was more like yours.
もちろんだよ.
Underneath it all, he was the same hardware, though. And when his sister and I ended it, well, it just didn't seem right to keep hanging out.
弟って言っての。これもお母さんじゃなくて誰?
Don't rush me. Every detail is important. I haven't even told you about Mark III yet.
なぜ?
He was a weird guy, but his influence went a long way to make me who I am today. His controller ports were backwards. Can you believe that? He had an expansion slot in the front in case he wanted to rock an FM synthesizer. What do you expect? It was the 1980s.
そう。俺も持ってるの.
Don't rub it in. You want to talk about a serious player, though? He could hook up with 2 different kinds of games. He even had a card slot for lower quality budget titles, a built-in version of the card catcher that Mark II used to think was a big deal. Dude didn't stand a chance.
I'm surprised you never heard of him. He practically idolized you.
He even figured out how to stash his controllers on the sides. 覚えてない.
Oh man, and then there was...
おい、早く. I'm getting to that. I saw Europe for a while, and Mark III said I should look up his cousin. The given name was Power-based, but she went by the more elegant Master System. She liked it when I called her that.
ミストレスでもいいよ.
She had a far more attractive shell, but she was still the same Sega underneath as Mark III. We had a lot in common. 2 buttons and a directional pad, even if hers did have a weird optional joystick. 2 controller ports, AV and RF outputs, peripherals that could get you arrested if you used them in public, even a hidden expansion slot that was never used. We were both trying to make it in an industry that we were told was washed out, but we didn't care. We were inseparable. Even some of the games we played were virtually identical. But it wasn't long before I started noticing the differences. Her pause button was right there next to her cartridge slot. What's up with that? And did she really think I needed a diagram to turn her on?
それで何があったの?
You see, I got all the endorsements.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
She said it was sexism, but I told her it was just part of my publishing deal.
Third-party exclusive rights, baby.
Never date someone in the same field as you. It can lead to friction.
すごい! Not that kind of friction. 残念.
She never could handle the jealousy. She went to Europe to make her fortune. Something about having a lot of pals there. I never saw her again.
寂しい. I miss my mommy. 本当にお前の子供なの?
Of course he is. He's even got my ports.
うん.
Did you know that some versions of the Sega Master System had built-in games? It's true.
To find out which one you have, just take a look at the bottom. If you have model number 3010, this is what you'll see if you load it up without a cart. It might not look like much, but check out what happens when you push up on the D-pad with both action buttons. Okay, so it still might not look like much, but if you have model number 3010A, you'll get something more substantial. Just follow the instructions to load up either game. You'll also notice that the copyright date for the loading screen is different.
Thank you for training at the Famicom Dojo. Get new episodes of Season 2 on our iTunes storefront, or subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch in HD. Follow us on Twitter, become a fan on Facebook, and let others know what you think by rating and commenting. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go train my game.
Alright, you two play nice when I'm gone.
Famicom Dojo.
What game is that? Yeah, that's not food.